Welcome back to the water cycle. Today's lesson is called Rising Water. And what we're going to learn about today is how water can rise up into the air through the help of plants. Now, we talked a bit about the water cycle and all the different ways water travels around the world all the time. And plants are a big part of that. Now, we all think about plants soaking up water through their roots, but where does the water go? It doesn't just fill up the plant till it's about to burst. So what does it do? Well, plants have tiny tubes throughout their structure called capillaries, and the water can travel through that, and it goes all the way up through the plant until it gets to the leaves, and sunlight and wind creates something called transpiration, and that's how the water leaves the plant and turns into water vapor. It evaporates. Today we're going to demonstrate this by looking at how water travels through a plant. Okay, these are the things you'll need. I used a piece of celery. Celery is a good demonstration. You can also use any other kind of green plant. Some people would use a flower. If you have any white flowers hanging around, you can use that. But anything that has a stem that's fresh. You need some food coloring. I chose blue, and I think this is orange, but it might be pink. I'm not really sure. And a jar or a vase filled with water, or just a little bit of water. You don't need much. And I recommend a scissors because the fastest way for water to go is with a fresh cut. So I'm going to just cut the ends of my celery. And I'm going to put this bigger one in one jar and these two little guys in their own jar. Now I'm going to take just a few drops, you don't need much, a few drops of blue in one jar. And why am I doing two? I just like color, that's all. Some colors might show up better than others, so I just figured I'd try two because I had two colors. Whoa, that one's kind of gooey. This food coloring might be a little old. Well, we'll see how it works. Come on, get in there. Now, it doesn't happen immediately. It takes a little time. So, how long? I don't really know. It's not the freshest celery, so it might take a little while. Maybe a couple days, but I have a couple days, so that's not a problem. I'm going to put these over on the counter behind me. Okay, so we're back. It's been a couple of days since we put celery into colored water. Let's take a look at what happened. Here they are, one orange, one blue, and I can see that both of them are showing a little color at the very top. Let's take a closer look. There's the very top. Now that's where the water would have come all the way through the stem and out into the air. And if we had leaves here, you'd see that even more dramatically. And here, look at the bottom. You can see that's pretty blue. Now let's take a look at the orange one. Same thing here. There's a little more orange there. You can really see it at the top. And the bottom is pretty pale, but it's definitely got some color in there. Now celery has some very large capillaries or tubes, and so we might be able to see even better if I cut this open just a little bit. There's a line around the edge of the celery where you can see a little blue dot, and that each one of those dots is a tube that draws up the water. So this is the way all plants work. They don't necessarily have such large tubes or in a row like that, but that's how water travels through a plant, up out of the water, defying gravity, up through the leaves and out into the air and back into the water cycle. Pretty nice. Let's look at the orange one. You can really see the orange at the top there. And not as obvious at the bottom. And let's cut this one open. Oh, at a little angle. Yeah, you can definitely see those tubes are stained orange. So the water traveled through, but because the water has food coloring in it, it dyed those tubes as it went along. Now, there's another way that you can do this easily at home and show how water is drawn upwards from the roots into the air. And this is sort of a fun way to play along, and it's really pretty easy. Let's move these guys out of the way. What you need is a bowl. Doesn't have to be glass, any kind of bowl. A little bit of water, just pour that right in there. A strip of paper towel. Different paper towels are going to be different absorbency. So this one is Aviva, it's the brand. It's very absorbent. Bounty's very absorbent, but any paper towel will do. It just might take a little longer. So make sure your surface is dry. This is a dry piece of paper towel. I'm going to take, doesn't matter how many, but I'm going to take 2 magic markers and draw just a little bit on the edge of my paper towel. A couple different colors. And these are water-based markers. If you use a Sharpie, it's not going to work as well. So there, we've got 2 little dots on the edge of my paper towel. So I'm going to dip the one side. So we're going to pretend this is a plant and its roots are digging down into the ground. Watch what happens. That paper towel really soaks up the water immediately. I can see it rising up. You can make water go up. I'm going to let this sit for a little while. I'm going to kind of lay it down there and let it hang, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that didn't take very long at all. Let's take a look. Made a little art here. Wow, that's really pretty. This lesson also shows us pretty well the 2 words we learned in another lesson. Adhesion, which is how water has sticky qualities that sticks to something else. In this case, it's stuck to a paper towel, or it would stick to a plant's roots. And also cohesion, the property of water where it sticks to itself. As it sticks to something else, like a root or a paper towel, it's also sticking to itself and it's drawing more water along with it. So it pulls itself along, and that's how water can travel. So now we see how water can defy gravity and how it moves from the ground back into the air and completes the water cycle. Thanks for watching.